Hey fellow flippers, welcome back to Gravy Flips. Today we're diving into the world of video game values for the sealed market in 2023, and boy do we have some news. Before I get started though, make sure you subscribe and you hit like, and you comment Grand Theft Auto 3 in the comments below if you want a chance at winning this sealed fat pack where one game is sealed of Grand Theft Auto 3. I'll be doing the sweepstake on November 30th at 10 p.m. if we get to 500 subscribers. You know, I was checking out Carl Jove's insights after he just made a new video, and kudos to him for shedding light on what's really been happening since 2021. Let's talk about some games that took a huge dip in value, and when I say dip, I mean a real roller coaster ride. We're talking over $200,000 losses in a couple years for some instances. But before I jump in, remember our motto here at Gravy Flips, that reselling $70 per day will boost your income by $25,000, $140 daily will boost it by $50,000, and if you're flipping furniture, video games, or collectibles, and doing at least $250 per day in profit, your annual salary will increase by a whopping $100,000 boost. Keep this in mind as we explore these incredible market twists in the sealed and graded video game market. And speaking of boosting your income, have you checked out my reselling guide over at garveyshobby.com? I just recently put together a comprehensive guide for just $12.99, a whopping 39 pages of my expert tips on reselling furniture and video games. It's a game changer, quite literally, so please head over to my website, garveyshobby.com, to grab your copy. It's an electronic PDF that you can download within seconds of payment. I do this to help fund the page. These videos take hours. I've had to invest thousands of dollars into software and equipment to get going, and the goal is for you to become a reseller to be able to support your family or build your video game collections, and for us to build a community where reselling is something that we can do together. Now, let me stop talking about blah 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 and let's get checking out those video game values. First up from Carl Jove's video is he talks about Madden NFL. How back in 2022 it was scoring big at around $144,000, but fast forward a year in 2023 and it's like a touchdown turned into a fumble, where it sold just for $21,600. Ouch, that's over a 90% loss in just 1 year. So a game that sold for $144,000 sold the next year for $21,000. That is unreal. And another one is the classic Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 1. A classic gem, a great one. It went from a high of $144,000 in 2021 to selling for $5,000 2 years later. That's a drop of over 95%, and it looks like Lara Croft is value taking a secret passage to the basement. Another game that was a real surprise to see in Carl's video was that a large copy PS1 Resident Evil was a real horror show for some collectors. A copy once was able to sell for $264,000 in 2021, dropped to a whopping $38,500 in 2023. That is one scary price cut. Moving on to Sonic, to give Sonic a spin, a 9.4A water-graded sealed copy sold for $420,000 in September of 2021. But hang on, in July of 2023, a slightly better copy sold for $28,800. That is a 97% drop in value. It's more than I paid for my house. So Sonic must be doing loop-de-loos and disappointment on that one. I couldn't imagine that much loss. But moving on to Mario Kart 64, one of the games that, you know, we all played as a kid. A classic racing game, a 9.6 A++ seal in April 2022 hit $144,000, but by November 2023, 9.8 A++ sold for $36,000. Pretty much just like Mario hitting a banana peel and his value just dropping. The value of that game got a blue shell, and it dropped over $100,000, which is the cost of a really nice BMW. And lastly, let's talk about Super Mario 64. Carl brought up that being a big player, that a 9.8 A++ sold for a jaw-dropping $1.5 million in 2021, and now a year later, a similar 8.5 A+ sold for $3,360. Carl warned us, and it looks like the bubble burst big time. If you haven't seen the video that he did a couple years ago about the video game bubble, alleging that Wata Games and its creators were co-conspirators in a huge bubble in the video game market, I highly suggest that you check out his video that he posted 2 years ago. So there you have it, Flips fam. The market's been on a wild ride, and these games took a real hit. I want to thank Carl for keeping us all in the loop. His documentary work is fantastic. But hey, I need you all to remember to keep those flips coming, whether you're doing $70, $140, or $250 a day, because that's how you boost your income. We're all in this rat race together, and we're all trying to do the best we can. But don't forget, choose one of those levels and get out there and start flipping. And please, if you haven't done so already, subscribe and hit like. And don't forget to check out my reselling guide that you can get for $12.99 at garveyshobby.com. Happy flipping, everyone, and I hope to see you on the next video.